the first thing I wanted to touch on was this idea of user management. So we have introduced that's much more user-based, very much driven by an administrator within the firm, where they can manage, add, remove users as you know, as staffing joins and leaves a firm based on the licensure that you agree with FenestraPro. That account contact or administrator will receive a primary email, which looks something like this, that will welcome you to the firm, first of all, to set up that primary user as an administrator. That will take you to through your browser to the FenestraPro platform, which you'll be asked to create yourself, your own profile, first of all. And then when that is done, you'll get access to the platform, where you'll see the number of users that you've agreed with, you know, you've taken a contract for, the number of seats and the number of activations. You can then start adding users appropriately. So there's me, you know, I'm that primary user. I've added another user here. I can add a third user as I go. So what user 3 at FenestraPro. Just using a temporary Gmail, and you know, you can go on and add people accordingly. I definitely made a mistake as I was creating that. So I'll add that user, and then that user, for some reason, is unable, but you will pop up here. You'll see that user2.fenestrapro@gmail.com has popped up. They will then get an email automatically sent out to them, which will look something like this. So that will give them the license key and, you know, notification that they've been activated, and it will also give them a link to where they can download the latest version of FenestraPro, which will take them basically to our support page, which has version 5 on it. So we'll basically just download version 5, use my email that has been created, and put in my subscription code for the, you know, the first use, which you only need to do once, but for that first use to activate it, we'll put in that code, and then it'll be there thereafter. For that administrator, though, this means that, first of all, I can, you know, start modifying users. So I can go into this guy, I can delete them, I can resend the invite, or, you know, whatever else I want to do. I can create teams, which we can start experimenting with a little bit later, and we'll talk about at a later webinar. But I could also change, you know, people to admin. So say I'm the account contact, but I'm not a Revit user particularly. The first, you know, because I'm the contact with FenestraPro, that email will be sent to me, but I could make user 2 the admin. So therefore, he or she then can add other users and delete that initial first user thereafter. So it just gives us the ability to manage and modify users and activations as we go throughout the process.